It's a couple of days old, but I've got to ask, right? As soon as I saw Meghan Markle walking out of the Balenciaga fashion show.
She's been mocked at Paris Fashion Week.
New Paris Backstage clip just dropped, and Meghan's reaction has everyone talking. Is this a brutal snub or a messy mix-up? Here's what viewers missed. The camera catches a blink and you miss it moment where she allegedly looks past a familiar face, and the room reportedly goes quiet, then buzzes. Fans say it felt icy. Others insist it was timing, lights, chaos. We're replaying it frame by frame because the micro glance, the half smile, the hand gesture, it all adds up, or does it? Before we dive in, tap subscribe for fast tea and zero fluff. Okay, here's the setup that everyone is buzzing about. Overnight, a Paris fan account dropped a short clip, and it's the very first snippet people are passing around. It reportedly shows Meghan near what looks like a backstage door. The claim is she's being held there while a VIP shuffle happens just out of frame. Keyword, allegedly. The clip is grainy, quick, and cut mid-moment, so context is shaky. We don't see where she came from or where she went. No official source has confirmed the venue, the exact date, or even what kind of event this was. The caption offers vibes, not facts. No production watermark, no press pool angle, just fan cam energy. You can hear crowd noise, but that could be anywhere. Lighting screams corridor, yet we can't verify the layout. Security in dark suits are visible, but badges aren't readable, so their affiliation is unknown. Some viewers say it looks like standard crowd control. Others think it's a holdup. Both takes are speculation. Without a wider shot or corroborating timing, we can't assign a narrative. Remember, VIP staging like this is common and often boring. A pause doesn't equal drama. Until we get a second source, we're treating this as unverified. Fun to discuss? Sure, but facts first, and this one is still developing. All right, here's the first drop everyone's replaying on loop. A second angle surfaced, reportedly capturing a staffer off camera saying, "Not on this list." And the comment section went full detective mode, freeze-framing every pixel like it's the Zapruder of backstage clips. Viewers claim you can see security badges glinting on lanyards and a corridor blocked by stanchions, which they say screams restricted access. But remember, that's all alleged and based on fan analysis. The audio is grainy, the mic picks up crowd noise, and that phrase could be about anything from guest lists to vendor deliveries. Some frame-by-frame sleuths highlight a badge color they argue means staff only, while others point out you can buy similar holders anywhere, so context matters. The blocked hallway might be standard flow control, not drama, and that "not on this list" line could be a routine check, not a snub. Also, watch the timing, there's a tiny jump cut people flagged, so we can't confirm continuity. Lighting flickers, shadows shift, and the staffer's tone is impossible to read. One zoomed crop allegedly shows a hand gesture toward a clipboard, which fits a check-in vibe. Another angle hints at a guard stepping sideways to widen space, not barricade it. So yes, there's smoke, but it might just be fog machine vibes until we'll get clearer audio or an official rundown. Pattern watch. Critics say this flap didn't pop out of nowhere. They're connecting dots, allegedly. The vibe? A long-running tug-of-war over image control. Remember the Wimbledon chatter. Photogs griped that access felt tighter than usual, with rigid shooting lanes and stricter angle rules reportedly. Nothing illegal, just vibes of curation. Fewer candid courtside frames, more controlled visuals. Then shift to the carpets. Red carpet wrangling has been a thing. Her industry whispers, wristbands, pooled positions, last-minute reshuffles that squeeze freelancers to the back, allegedly. Some PR teams wanting first pick or approval windows reportedly. Not unheard of, but added up and people see a pattern. Gatekeep the lens, shape the story, keep the best angles, manage the lighting, minimize surprises. Fans notice too. They clock the sameness in photos, the immaculate step and repeat shots, the scarcity of off-guard moments. Critics argue that today's blow-up fits that same playbook, reportedly. Ask for deference, limit access, offer polished assets after. Boom, controversy tamped down, at least on the surface. But here's the catch. Each time it happens, the back-channel grumbling gets louder. Editors talk, stringers swap notes, threads light up. So when this latest request landed, the reaction wasn't just about today. It was about the breadcrumb trail leading here, allegedly. Here's where it gets messy, because two narratives are colliding, and both sound convincing at first listen. A venue source reportedly says the pause wasn't drama, it was a safety lockdown. the kind you quietly trigger when something feels off in the crowd or backstage, and that lines up with protocol. Meanwhile, the cleaned audio that's been circulating allegedly swaps the viral "not invited" moment for a dry standby, which, if true, changes the whole vibe from shade to standard show call. Think headset chatter, not hot mic sass. And that would explain the stiff faces too, because crews get tense when cons go into caution mode, not because anyone's being iced out. Still, timing is everything, and the audience only saw the freeze, not the context, so people stitched their own story. The source insists the hold was brief and procedural, while the audio folks claim the waveform has no knot. Just a clipped consonant that our brains filled in once the rumor took off. Could be a classic game of telephone. Muddy clip, loud room, jumpy captions. Or, to be fair, maybe multiple feeds were floating around, and some sounded harsher than others. But if the venue account stands and the cleaned track is legit, then we're looking at a safety standby, not a snub. Keep that in your back pocket while everyone keeps quoting the meme version of events. Okay, flashpoint time. A third clip dropped and it wasn't subtle. It came with a timeline overlay baked in, bright markers, second-by-second stamps, basically screaming receipts. And those stamps reportedly contradict the captions we've been fed. Like the key beat that was supposed to happen at 8:17 is shown at 8:24, and a cut that looked continuous now shows a micro jump, and fans paused, zoomed, rewatched, then went feral in the comments. Team caption says overlays can drift, compression messes with timing, nothing burger. Team overlay says the math is mathing, and someone allegedly stitched scenes to sell a narrative. Editors chimed in with threads, saying overlays shouldn't slide if exported right, unless you did an insert, which would be fine for pacing, but not fine for context. People pulled spectrograms, compared audio peaks, circled shapes and reflections, claiming you can see a shadow that shouldn't be there. Others pushed back, calling it pareidolia and clout chasing. Moderators started pinning "be kind" notes, while the top comments turned into courtroom closings. If the overlay holds, then the caption timeline is shaky. But if metadata is off, we're all arguing over a rendering hiccup. Brands are reportedly watching. PR accounts posted calming statements. Alts are popping up to clarify, which only fuels suspicion. And views, of course, are skyrocketing, because nothing detonates like a clean contradiction with alleged receipts. So the fallout is already doing laps, and everyone's got a take. Team Sussex allies insist it was a simple scheduling mix-up, a calendar clash, nothing more. Critics are framing the optics as flat-out humiliating, and that word is flying around for clicks. Truth probably sits somewhere in the messy middle, right? The motive talk is even spicier, with speculation that the timing lined up a little too neatly with brand rollouts and that Paris Fashion Week glow, allegedly. Because when the fashion crowd is watching, attention multiplies. Was it strategic stacking or just chaos? Insiders whisper it's logistics, not shade, while industry watchers say any heat, even awkward heat, can drive brand recall. Meanwhile, leakers are feasting, chopping clips, monetizing views, and sprinkling dramatic captions that may not match the facts. Some of those labels look misleading, reportedly, which is where it gets serious. Because legal takedowns are allegedly being weighed if mislabeling harms reputation. Think trademark adjacency, think false claims, think brand safety. Would the team push the big red button? Maybe, if counsel sees clear damage. But legal moves can backfire by amplifying the very clips they'd like buried. The better play could be clarifying context fast, then pivoting to the next clean headline. Still, people love emotive mystery, and the why now chatter won't fade until there's a crisp timeline and a credible third-party receipt. Until then, expect more theories, more thumbnails, and a slow drip of sources cashing in. All right, we're closing the loop for now, but the receipts keep coming. So here's the plan. We'll track verified statements, pull full-length footage, and wait on any venue confirmation before stamping anything as fact. If it's still contested, it stays alleged, period. No chopped clips, no rumor spirals, just the context, then the call. If something shifts, you'll hear it here first, with timelines, sources, and who said what on record. If new reporting contradicts earlier chatter, we'll flag it and correct, clearly. Stay sharp, keep your notes tidy, and stay tuned, because this story is not over.